Live there. Okay. Here. Sorry that you get to see the top of my head. There we go. Okay. Now just gotta wait for everybody to come. Okay. Where is my pattern? Hi, Kathy. Can you hear me okay? Welcome, welcome. Nice to see that member sticker next to your name again, Kathy. Yay. Hi, Dawn. Long time no talk, guys. Hi, Cheryl. Okay, so we have and Rhonda, Cheryl. I'm like taking attendance. Melissa, Kathy. Where are you, Kathy? There you are. How's everyone today? Hi, Rebecca. You made your fabric choices 2 minutes ago, Cheryl? That's awesome. I was changing it all week long too, and I have 2 bags to plan, but I think I got it. You hear me good? Good. I went from hot to really cold. I'm kind of wearing my spring wear today, but it's raining here, so it's a little cold. Oh no, Melissa, I'm showing up on your phone, but not your laptop. Maybe refresh the laptop and see. Sometimes there's a delay. Hi, Jaded. Jaded, is your name Jade or is it actually Jaded? I was just curious. Hi, Karen. Oh, Karen, your first live class. How exciting. Proof. Your necessary clutch wallet turned out beautiful, Karen. Oh, Becky, your granddaughter's more important. You can always catch the live replay. We're just cutting today. I can't see it being the full 2 hours today. This bag is fairly fast to cut. This bag is going to be much easier than the Betty Buller bag, I promise you. It is Jade. Okay, cool. Becky. So the toughest part of this bag is actually going to be the top zipper, but it's not too bad. Hi, Frankie. Frankie down in sunny Florida. Not fair. Oh my goodness. It's been a busy day here. I still got to get a whole bag done by Sunday, though. I have to get a classic handbag done for a client on Sunday, and I'm going over appointments and groceries tomorrow morning, so I guess Saturday is going to be a long day. Everybody has their fabrics all chosen out? Okay, so I see I've got, oh, there's the other one. Hi, Michelle. Becky, you're trying to find your cutting tabletop? I hate it when that happens. Happens all the time. I actually just cleared mine this afternoon. I'm chilly. I was hot and now I'm cold. So for everybody that's on right now, how many are going to want to be doing the traditional, like the the connector like in the pattern, and how many are going to be doing a different connector, because I think we're split about half and half. Kathy's doing the alternate. I'm just kind of taking a poll to see. Dawn's doing Long John's. Melissa's doing different. Karen's gonna do different. Frankie's gonna do different. I am gonna show both. Rebecca's different. Oh, Becky's gonna add a zipper divider in the center. Look at you go. Rhonda's doing different. Oh my goodness. So I am going to show how to do both. For those that are doing different connectors, everybody's connectors are going to be all over the place. So, oh, Cheryl. Okay. So, hi, Erica. I am actually going to be showing how to do a hidden connect. I'm going to do the regular connector on one bag, and I'm going to do hidden connectors on my class bag. So I do not have a demo bag done just yet. We've seen how well I do, Becky says. because I'm going to be showing how to do the pattern connector and a different type of connector, I need two bags to be working at the same time. So for my demo bag, I will be finishing it after second class, because next class I will be showing how to do two types of connectors. So the ones that are like the swoon, the smiley face one. And then I am going to do a hidden connector. Yes, hidden is where it's tucked in and you use rivets. Now, a hidden connector can only be done on a faux leather or a non-fraying fabric. So, hi Anna. So the hidden connectors will not work if you're doing your bag in cotton. My cotton bag, I am doing one in cotton and one in vinyl. The one in cotton, I am doing the traditional smiley face one. But if you have connectors that you like say the connectors from the, say from one of the other swoon bags, like the Brooklyn or the Blanche, or maybe even an Astor bag one from Blue Cala, that kind of thing. So you'll have to read the instructions on how to put those together, because I won't be showing that, but I will show you the placement of how you will place them. Just make sure the connectors are not too big for the front panel. So you want to keep that in mind. I'm doing the hidden connector, so I will show you guys how to do that. I thought that was a great connector to show in a class, mainly because it's one that does not block any of a panel that you may be wanting to show off or what have you. So I hope that is okay. I know I want to do it because my class bag I am actually doing in Mormino fabric, and I really don't want to cover any of this with any kind of connector or anything, so I'll be doing the hidden connectors with this. Melissa, pieces that say handle connectors, but they look at it a little different. If we're not doing that like a horseshoe shaped one, do I need to cut either of those out? No, if you're not doing the swoon connector, the smiley face one, you don't have to, but you will have to cut whatever kind of connector that you have decided to do, whether it's from another pattern or one that you've designed yourself or whatever. So I will be showing the hidden connectors and what I will be cutting for that, which is really just like connectors. It'll be like 4 inches by 2 inches or something like that, and how to do that. But if you're putting in a fancy shaped one that you're taking from another pattern, you'll have to cut those ones out for them. There you go, Cheryl. So hidden connectors are a little more tricky. I mean, they're completely doable, and I'll walk you through that, but you got to make sure you're using a non-fraying fabric in order to do them. But I'm also going to show this connector as well. So I hope that's helpful. I think that's the best that I can do. I can't be making like 4 different bags at the same time to show them. So Yeah. So now, and a good example, if you have the Aster bag, I do have an Aster bag tutorial where I walk through how to do the connectors. So you could always go and watch that tutorial to see how I do those connectors, and then use that technique in this bag if those are the kind of connectors you're doing. So does that make sense? Does that please everybody? Does that work? I'm running. Okay, I got to finish doing my attendance here. Where are we? Oops. Dawn says, hi, Anna. Do you happen to remember the name of this beautiful bright blue vinyl I'm using for the bag? Oh, Brandy was wondering earlier. Yeah, it was. Okay, Rhonda, you're happy I'm doing the hidden connector? That's good. Anna. Anybody else out there? Says we're missing Bridget, Irene, Patricia, Wanda, Lise, June. Annie will not be making it today. We already know that. She called in. Jaded. Kim isn't in here yet. No, Kim, I think, was going to be late, maybe. I don't remember. And we have Amy. We don't have Rebecca, Diana, and Lisa V. We have a couple new people in here today, which will be nice. So hopefully they will pop in and join us. We'll give it another 4 minutes before we hop in. Everybody have their vinyl choices ready? We all set? Who is going to be cutting along with us today, and who will be watching? Oh, Anna says that bright blue vinyl was the last chance vinyl. Of course it was, just because I want it. That's okay. All right, so I will be using waterproof canvas for my lining, so I will not need to be interfacing anything with woven interfacing. There will be just a little bit of homework at the end of the night. Michelle's mostly watching while still selecting fabric. Jaded, Anna will be getting any faux suede. She's wondering. Erica, I'll be cutting along. Kathy, I'm going to watch and cut afterwards. Cool. Said, I don't see this one being a full 2 hours. There really aren't that many pieces to cut. But yeah, it'll still be fun. It's going to be much less intense than the Betty Bowler bag was last month. I must say, I love everybody's Betty Bowler bags. Say that 10 times fast. Speaking of that, I will be doing the mini movie for that on Sunday. Oh, Karen might be doing the hidden connectors or the Brooklyn ones. Okay. Let me just find it here. So pictures that I already have. Oh my gosh, I don't know my own way around my own Facebook page here. Sorry if I'm missing comments. I am not in there right now. So where's my albums? Media. So pictures of the Betty Bowler bag. I have so far, I have mine. I have Annie's, Kathy's, Cheryl's, Erica's, Dawn's, Nicole's, both of Nicole's, both of mine, June, Lise, and that is it. So if you want to be part of that mini movie, I will need a picture just of the exterior of it for that mini movie by Sunday morning at the latest, because I'm hoping Sunday afternoon I will be doing that little mini movie like I did with the Necessary Clutch Wallet to show off everybody's makes. So yeah, okay, Anna's doing hidden connectors. Melissa's changed her mind on fabric again. Michelle wants to do an applique on the front. Would you suggest doing that before foam or after if there is foam? Usually when I do my appliques, I do it before foam, but if you want it to be more almost like a quilted look, you could do it with foam. Becky's isn't done yet. We got a few days, Becky. How far are you on it, Becky? Okay, so Anna always does applique after foam, and she would know because she does a lot of appliques. So after foam, I guess it gives it a little bit more something for the thread to grab onto. So that might be good. Look at you going outside of the box with applique. Melissa, I have been dying to use the Bagheera vinyl from So Pretty Vinyl, so I think I'll use that as the main print in the middle of the bag. Awesome. Michelle's never done one before. Nicole also uses puts applique on after fold. So if you're doing that, I'm not doing any applique. So yes, definitely ask in the group for those kind of things. We have a lot of different levels of experience in this group, which is what makes it really really good, because I'm learning from it as well. So, okay. All right, so shall we get to cutting? Are we ready? Let's start with the vinyl, because I have the vinyl out here. Oops, that's one of my old ones. Okay, so I wish I had my bag. So for this part of the bag, right here, who's using vinyl and who is using a fabric? Said on one of my bags I'm using vinyl, and one of my bags I'm using fabric. The class bag I am going to be using vinyl for this piece right here. So that is the piece we are going to be cutting out right now. Okay, so anybody that is using fabric will, of course, be backing the fabric with a medium woven interfacing like SF101 or EB Fuse Light or Woven Fuse or whatever your choice is. So again, homework will be the interfacing of the bag and probably doing the bag straps, because I know we all know how to do that. Right now, call out if you don't know how to do bag straps, because we will do them here if you do, but otherwise we will just do that for homework. It does need to be vinyl for the hidden connectors, because there will be a raw edge there. But it can be anything for the smiley or any other kind of connector that isn't hidden. But for the hidden ones, it does, unless you want to get into doing a, there's a way around it, but that's another class in itself. Okay. All right, so who's doing the handbag? Who's doing the tote? They're exactly the same. I'm doing the handbag, so if my pieces look smaller than yours, that could be why. But really, not very many pieces to cut out. Okay, so I'm gonna put you down. Hoping you can see everything okay here. Okay, can everybody see? Does this look good? Oh, I hope this is going to be big enough for on here. Yeah, it will be. It's going to work perfect. Okay, so this is where, if you are going to be fussy cutting, usually I mark it on the back of the vinyl, but if you are going to be fussy cutting here. Oh, Becky, yours says satchel handbag. Okay, that is the handbag size. That's the smaller one. If you got the paper pattern, it didn't include the commuter tote size, but if you got the PDF, it did. So yeah, if you have the one that has the two sizes, make sure you are using the right side. Okay, so this is where we are going to want to fussy cut. If you have a print, because this is going to be in the center, I am really lucky because I believe where I would want a fussy cut is going to fall right on the edge of this. So what I'm going to do is what I usually do is mark my stuff on the back. So I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to want my center of my bag to be. This is where sometimes clearer templates help. Of course, I'm fussing cutting. Where do I want my center to be? Thinking I want my center to be right where this green dice is there. Maybe I want it to be here. So yes, you want to decide where you want your center of your bag to be and what your focal point to be. My thing is, I really hate wasting. Okay, I'm going to do it right. Can I do it here? No, I'm going to do it right here. Sorry, this is my brain focus trying to figure out where I want my fussy cutting to be. Okay, I think I'm going to do it right there. So because I have this in place, but I don't have it all printed out, I'm actually going to just slice my line right here. So when I flip this over, I can line it up and I can draw the rest of it, if that makes sense. Okay. My first time using Sew Whatever vinyl. I'm kind of excited. Okay. So I know what I just cut is going to line up right here. And then I can go ahead and draw the rest of my pieces. Does that make sense what I just did? It probably really confused a lot of people, and I apologize for that. Where is my pen? Okay, and then I can go ahead and I can draw, please tell me my pen works, on the back of my vinyl. Grr. Grr. Using pencil. That'll work. Mark my centers there and all the way across. Because we are cutting this on the fold. So that's my first half. I'm flipping this over. I'm going to draw my second half. If you don't have to fussy cut, just go ahead and cut it wherever you like. It's just because I'm fussy cutting and I want a center focal point to make it nice and even that I did it the way I did. And I'm actually going to go ahead and cut that one right away just so I know that it looks good. Because we will be doing 2 panels like this, one for the front, one for the back. Ooh, I think that's going to look lovely. So that'll be my front panel. And then I think my connectors will probably hang out right about here. So I think that's going to be really, really nice. And then when it comes for doing another panel exactly the same, I have a little trick. Where did I just cut this? So I want them to be identical. They don't have to be, but I'm going to look for where my print repeats itself. And I'm going to lay this down in such a way. Okay, it's not going to be there. One thing about fussy cutting is you end up wasting so much vinyl. And you kind of want to lay this out in a way where all of your prints are matching. Can you see that? How here and here I can match it up. And up here, it looks like they're matching up. Like so. And then I'm going to grab my pattern weights. It took 2 tries to mirror it, however I was finally successful. That's good. I'm going to use my pattern weights to hold it in place. I mean, this doesn't have to be exact, but I like them to be pretty uniform myself. And because I can see I'm pretty much bang on for them being identical, I'm going to go ahead and cut around this vinyl piece to cut my second piece. So yeah, this bag, I really truly like having my 2 focal panels exactly the same. Come on. Let's put this here. Don't roll on me. And then I'm just going to use this as my template for cutting this. And of course, I did not change my blade. Oh, you can't cut like I do? Aw. This is the only way I cut. I'm terrible with scissors. I'm much steadier with a rotary cutter. Better if I had a sharp blade. Okay. So this panel is going to be the personality of your bag. I actually think I'm going to make a kazaa with some of these extra fabric too later on. So there you go. You can see my two pieces are pretty much identical. Worked out good. What do you guys think? I think they turned out pretty identical. So everybody let me know when you are done cutting out your first two pieces. And that is all you are going to need for your main print. So yeah, that's just a little trick I like to use when I want exactly the same panels, is kind of using it as whatever. Otherwise, if I wasn't worried about fussy cutting, I would have just drawn them on the back and we would have been good to go. I need an empty bin. Karen's done. Frankie's done. We will be coming back to this when we do our lining. Actually, we can do our lining right away. So is everybody doing an accent vinyl? Again, I wish I had a demo bag. I'm going to be using Obsidian Black Pearl Vinyl from Galaxy Customs for my sides here and my straps. So you can always continue the color along if you want to, but what is a kazaa? Sorry, Kathy. It's a classic zip around wallet by Maggie55. It's my favorite wallet to make at this time. And I think it'd be really pretty with this vinyl. So, okay. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut all of our vinyl first, I think. So everybody knows my favorite vinyl from Galaxy Customs. So just wait for everybody to be done. Side pockets. Hi Kim, no, it's all good. Welcome. We just cut the two front panels of our bag. And I did mine and I showed everybody how I mirror them. So this is mine all done. Cheryl's done. I feel like my workstation is a mess and I just cleaned it up. Okay, and then I'm going to mark on my list with my pen what I have cut. Because it says it on the thing. Okay. Alrighty. How's everybody making out? Becky's done. Okay. So now we're going to work on the other pieces. So our side pockets and our bottom I am doing in this vinyl here, as well as my handles. So pretty, and I'm using up a scrap of it. Okay. Of course, it's all rolly. So I'm going to take my pattern. Look at that. I love it when it fits perfect. Minimal waste. Look at that. Oh my gosh. And this is a scrap piece. How lucky am I? Okay, so I'm going to put my side contrasting panel here, and I'm going to trace half of it. We need two of these. Oh, I feel like I won the lottery here, that this is the exact width I need for these pieces. I'm so happy. Flip it over. So that's one side pocket, and I always write on the back what it is, even though it's obvious what it is. I love that there's not very many pieces for this one. Then I'm going to go ahead and draw out my second one. And I always draw them out on the back of my vinyl first in case I don't have enough vinyl and I can rearrange some pieces to make my vinyl go further. Usually I'm pretty good at eyeballing it, but just in case. Oh, you're still driving home, Kim? Well, at least you're not working this time. That's good. Okay, so that's the two side pockets done. Let me know when you're done with that. I'll mark Kim down on my list here. Kim. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I have everybody. Okay. How's everybody making out? Dawn's done. I'm dying of thirst today. I'm using foam, Karen, but you definitely could use Decavite if you prefer. It's definitely whatever your preference is. Just if you're doing Decavite, make sure you keep it out of the seam allowances. Now, speaking of stabilizers, the pattern calls for basting your foam outside of the seam allowances. I do not have a fusible foam. I do not like fusible foam. I find it doesn't stick. So I will not actually be using the pattern pieces to cut my foam. I will be using my actual piece sizes to do it, and then just kind of trimming away the foam out of the seam allowances as much as possible. I know most of us have domestic or industrial machines, so it wouldn't be a problem. I used foam on my domestic machines when I made this 3.5 years ago or so, and I didn't have problems sewing through it at all. So just so everybody knows, I will not be cutting my foam back at all out of the seam allowances. I will be doing them right through the seam allowances. But if you are using Decavite, which you definitely can, make sure you're keeping it out of the seam allowances. What is our seam allowances for this bag? Let me double check. Where are we? Where are we? Yeah, so it says keep the stabilizer a 1/2 inch from all edges. So yeah, another way that you can condense the foam, you can use a zigzag stitch if your machine has that, or a serger, and that condenses the foam as well. But if you're worried about foam and you prefer Decavite, definitely go ahead and use Decavite. That is fine. Or if you have a fusible foam and want to do that, you definitely can as well. And then you would just keep it a 1/2 inch out of the seam allowances, or use the pattern pieces to cut your foam that way. But I will be doing my foam with my main pattern pieces. Karen has a Janome HD9. Okay, that's kind of like a Juki 2010Q, which is what I sewed mine on, and I didn't have any issues on it. But if you prefer Decavite, definitely go ahead and use it. It just gives it a little bit of a different structure to the bag. Rather than being a squishy bag, it's more of a stiffer bag, which is fine too. Okay, so now we're going to take our bottom panel and do the same thing. Where did my pen go that I had that actually worked? There it is. Michelle, you used your other machine to zigzag the foam and it worked well. Yes, it definitely does work well. It really does help condense that foam, especially when you don't have the iron-on foam, the fusible. I really don't like fusible because I find that it just sprinkles. So, okay, so that's the bottom. Side, bottom. Now, where are we now? Like you can see here, this is the foam pattern piece for the main, and it's going to be quite a bit smaller. Oh, do you know what? It really isn't that much smaller. So it looks like theirs, they just keep out of some of the seams. It goes right to the end, so it probably wouldn't make much of a difference anyways. Okay, so if you were going to be doing the smiley face connector, I'm going to be showing the vinyl version. I'm not going to show the woven version of this connector. I honestly do not think the woven connector, so using a fabric for the connector, is a good idea at all. I don't think it will be overly durable. It'll wear and it'll tear after a while. So I strongly recommend doing the vinyl connector if you're doing the smiley face. We're calling it the smiley face connector. So if you're going to be doing the one in the pattern, you would be tracing this out as well. Mine would have fit there. This bag, I'm going to be doing the hidden connectors on. I will cut this out with my other bag for when I show you how to do this connector next week. So if you're doing this one, please do it in vinyl because trust me, you'll regret it if you do it in cotton. It just isn't very durable and it won't hold up, but the vinyl will. So go ahead and do that. I am going to go ahead and cut my connectors for hidden connectors. And I am going to do them 4 inches by 2 inches. And I need 4 of them. Actually, you may as well, yes, 4 inches by 2 inches for those connectors. So I'm just using my 4 inch by 4 inch ruler here. And through those connectors, as I draw them, I always do my dotted line because we'll be folding them into the center. It just saves me a step later on, seeing as I have my pen out already. So these will be my hidden connectors I'm going to do on this. So this is where whatever style of connector you're going to be using, you would be cutting out 4 of them. Again, hidden connectors can only be done on non-fraying fabric because my main panel is a vinyl. I can do the hidden connector, which I'm going to do. Otherwise, use a different style of connector or the one that's in the pattern. Can the same 4 inch by 2 inch be used for the crossbody connectors? Let me double check. What does it call for? Strap connectors. 1.5 by 5 inch. No, it's calling for a different kind of connector. I have to refresh my memory what it is. Give me 1 minute. Let me just see how those connectors go on. One and a half by 5 inch. No, it's calling for us to cut for the strap connectors 1.5 inches by 5 inches, but I'm actually going to do 2 inches by 5 inches for those because I have 1 inch hardware. There is one, they do have a shoulder strap here, so it's up to you if you want to do it. But yeah, so yeah, I'm going to be doing my D-rings are 2 inches, so I'm going to be adjusting mine for 2 inches by 5 inches for that. You could probably do the same size connectors as these as well. It's not really going to make a huge difference. Sorry, I didn't mean to jump around there. Okay, so there's my hidden connectors. So you would draw out whatever connectors you're using, whether it's this one or something from a different pattern that you're going to morph into something different. And then I'm going to draw my 2 crossbody ones. which are, I'm doing 2 inches by 5 inches because I am using 1-inch D-rings. If you're going as per the pattern, you will use 1.5 by 5 inches, and that'll give you 3/4 inch D-rings. I don't have 3/4 inch D-rings in my stash very often. It's primarily just 1 inch. So I always morph them into 1-inch connectors because they're my preference. Does all that make sense? Okay, so this is my crossbody connector. Look, I used up that piece of scrap really good. I'm not wasting this vinyl, that's for sure. Oops. Is this one going to be long enough for what I want? I might have to go grab another obsidian black for my other one. So Michelle says, so 4 by 2 inches and 2 5 by 2 inches for hidden connectors and crossbody. Yes. And those crossbody ones, that means you'll be using a 1-inch D-ring, and for the connectors, they will be a 1-inch rectangular ring. Okay, I'll be right back. I got to grab a different vinyl. That's better. Okay, I have to make sure I have a full length of a roll for my crossbody strap. So we'll just trade these in. Okay, so while everybody's doing that, I'm actually going to cut out what I have here to get it out of my way. Hi, Lexi. No problem. Welcome. We're just cutting things out. We've already done the front connectors. Lexi. Those are my 4 connectors. I'll put them in my finish bin. How are you today, Lexi? Look how messy my workstation gets. Oh well, it's me. Everybody doing okay? How are we at here? Oh, Lexi, I hear ya. Well, no, my kids are grown up. I'm not busy with them anymore, but I remember those days. I am actually, oh, no, that's a lie. I was going to say I'm home alone, but Brady did just get home from work. So I was home alone for the majority of the afternoon. It was just me and the dogs and the cats. It was very quiet. So what did I do? I do a FaceTime call with Dawn because I was lonely. Okay, so we got those side panels. Did I throw just what I needed to? Okay. Turn this over here. Clear up my area a little bit. Dawn got to witness my dog stealing my almonds. I thought Coco was giving me a really nice deep hug, but I actually still have the bag of almonds here. She's leaning across my arm, hugging so tight, and then you see her tongue come out. Oh, Alexa's talking to me. The crossbody strap, the way I do I'm just about to do my crossbody strap here as soon as I clear my table a little bit. I usually do my crossbody strap to 54 inches because that is the width of a full half roll of vinyl. So I will do this whole roll of vinyl, the whole length of it for my crossbody strap. So I am going to draw my 4-inch crossbody strap to the whole length of this vinyl. So it's about 54 inches. Crossbody straps, I say go anywhere from 54 to 60 inches, depending. 54 usually does the trick for me, though. Oh, I'm using a different pen. This one feels weird. Does everybody know how to make a crossbody strap, or is that something I should save for next class? You put it together the same as all other handles, but like actually putting the hardware on, I can always save it for next class if people need a lesson on that. Lexi, I was just telling everybody that I will be making a Betty bowler bag movie like I did with the Necessary Clutch Wallet movies. If you would like your bag included in that, I need pictures by next Sunday morning. This coming Sunday morning. So I do have an album in the Bag Makers group where you can post those if you want to be included in it. Absolutely no pressure. We have about 11 bags so far, so that's good. Okay, so this is calling for the shoulder strap to do cut 1 at 42 inches by 4 inches. I'm actually going to just cut 2 straps. I don't like cutting them as one piece. You definitely can, but I'm going to cut 2 at 21 inches. Then I know I won't accidentally mix them up. So I need 21 inches by 4 inches for one. I think the pattern calls for you to sew it and then cut it in half, but this is how I prefer to do it. $21 by 4 inches. And here, again, you can make your shoulder strap any length that you prefer. I have 2 clients that like their shoulder straps at 30 inches, but I don't mind this length. It's more of an arm bag, and then you can use the shoulder strap as your other handle, shoulder strap connectors. Okay, and then that's all we need to cut for the vinyl. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this. Then I have enough, I think, for a shoulder strap for another bag. Sweet. Thing as I see, I have a name written on the back here, Julie. I think I just used the vinyl that I was supposed to use for a customer order at the end of this month or in June. So I think I need to place another Galaxy Customs order for some more of this. And I hope you have more Obsidian Black. I'll check my stash. My blade is dull. Okay, come on. Okay, I'm going to go getting more pearls next week. Okay, I'm going to need to order some more of this one because I do have an order for it, and I don't know if I have any more rolls there. I will have to check. I may have used up my customer's vinyl. Okay, I'm just going to go throw this in my scrap bin, and then I'll come back. Yeah, that was definitely my last roll of this stuff. Okay, so what did I say there? Does everybody know how to do handles and a crossbody strap? If so, I'm going to make that homework. Coco says hi. There's the pen I lost. You're good with that, Karen? Okay. So, yes, for the handles and the crossbody strap, I'm going to leave those for homework. Again, if you guys need any help with that, I do have some mini tutorials on them, or you can message me and I can do a private video with you showing how to do them. But I think the majority of us know how to do them, so we'll make that homework just to save on some time, if everybody's good with that. Okay. This bag is so fast to cut out. I mean, we're not even an hour in yet. My handles, I did 2 handles, 4 by 21 inches, Becky. Do I have a rolled handle tutorial? I do not yet, Cheryl, but I will have probably next week. It's on the list to do. My next tutorial, I'm actually doing rolled handles, so I think I might do a sub-tutorial on rolled handles as well. I just got to get the supplies in to do them, which I'll be getting tomorrow. The way I do rolled handles, if you have a Root in Asia bag, it's similar to that. Slightly different, but very close. Okay, I'm just cleaning up my mess. Sorry. Everybody let me know when you're ready for the next step. You can already tell this bag's a lot less intense, hey? For vinyl stretchy, should you interface it? It'll be interfaced with foam, or are you doing Deco-Volite? Melissa, which are you doing? Foam or Deco-Volite? The foam and the Deco-Volite, I think, will be fine for interfacing. I don't think you have to interface it more. It's not like it's a really big bag that's going to hold a lot of stuff to make it stretch out. Dawn's done. I love this color. But I hate how big I buy these. No, either will be fine. I don't think you need to interface it. It's not like super stretchy, like super stretchy. Is it? It would be odd for vinyl to be too stretchy. I'm doing foam, so. Oh, Becky, you're driving to volleyball and listening as long as you can. I love it. Okay, how's everybody making out? Cheryl's done. I'm just situating my canvas in a way that I can work with it on this table. So don't mind me. I don't use waterproof canvas very often. It's just been the last couple of bags, but this lime green is just perfect for going with this Mormino vinyl. Which way do I want to do this? I don't know. I would say don't interface it, Melissa, but do what you think is right. I can't tell the amount to stretch there, but I think it'll be fine. There we go. This is like I'm making a bag here. Oh, Anna, you're using some lime green in the bags too? I love green. Any kind of green makes me very happy. Okay. Oh, another thing I'm not doing is I'm going to be using a metal zipper tab. I'm not going to be making one. So I'll be using one of these instead. This is how I do all my zipper tabs. It's just the easiest way to do it. And it's super classy looking, so. You can piece it, Cheryl, just make sure you piece it on a bias, like on an angle, if that makes sense. And I guess this one has no way of closing the zipper ends off. And it's a top zipper, so you can't really do a recess zipper on it. I think it would lose the shape of the bag. So this one will have a longer zipper that hangs into the bag. Cheryl, do you understand what I mean by doing it? Try to show you here. Do I have any scrap in here? Let me cut this in half. I got to try to remember how to do this. So, okay. So say these are your two lengths of strap, Cheryl. You're going to have one going this way. You're going to have another one going this way. You're going to line it up with maybe just like a little tiny overhang. And you're going to go from this corner to this corner, right across here, from the inside corner to the outside corner. Cut this part away, I'm leaving about 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. And then when you have that seam allowance, you'll be folding it out like that, like so. And that'll help you piece it. Does that make sense? You don't want to do it straight because it'll put too much pressure on it. You want to make sure it's on a bias or on that angle. Yes, Kathy, that was a zipper end. Okay, cool. And you may not have needed that lesson. I may have just jumped in and did it. So you can make your own zipper ends as per the pattern. I won't be making a zipper end, but if you need me to show you how to do that later, I can. But I really don't like the looks of homemade zipper ends. I like the metal zipper ends. Excuse me. All right, where is everybody at? Oh, Karen, sorry. Question on side pockets. Has anyone considered doing vinyl for the lining as well as the exterior? For the side pockets, you definitely could. I wouldn't do vinyl on the inside of the bag, but side pockets, I have definitely done vinyl for the lining of the side pockets. Not an issue at all. Just keep in mind, if you're on a domestic machine, that is going to make some seams an extra layer of vinyl thicker. But if your machine can handle it, that's fine, because you'll be going through 1, 2, 3 layers of vinyl and foam. Did I miss anybody else's questions, or is that good? Oops. I need lining for that. That. Okay, I'm going to turn my iron on. You're good to go ahead. I'm just going to turn my iron on so I can make my vinyl lay flat. I'm going to give it a little steam. Get my iron warming up here. Okay, so lining. So we're going to do our exterior lining. So I like to cut them both at the same time if I haven't lost my, there it is. Okay. So what I like to do, because I'm super lazy, and this is a quick way of cutting lining. This could be why my linings sometimes look a little out of whack when we're sewing, but you can even them up later. So I'm folding this to what, because it's going to be cut on the fold, right? Just make sure I have enough width everywhere. So, and then I'm going to take this and I'm going to fold it in half again. So I can cut two things on the fold at the exact same time. If you don't want to cut two on the fold, just do them singularly. But I like to do two. So you can see I have two folds here. I'm going to take my pattern piece and I'm putting it on the fold. I'm going to take some pattern weights to hold this down. Ouch, I just stuck my hand in my bin of pins instead of my bin of pattern weights. That hurt. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut it. I really need to change my blade out. Okay. And that will give you your two main panels, like that. And I'm going to quickly steam these. That's better. Okay, so we have, so we needed 2 exterior pieces, 2 lining pieces, and 4 woven. Woven is if you're using cotton pieces, which I am not, so I'm not going to be putting any woven on. And I'm using waterproof canvas, so I don't have to interface it as well. So that'll be homework if you've used woven at all. Cotton pieces, you are going to interface these with your SF101 or your EB Fuse or your woven fuse or whatever you use for homework. I don't have to do it because I'm using, well, I will have to do it with the other bag because I'm using woven. So that, once you have your woven interfacing done, is the main panels done. And I clip them all together with the pattern piece so I know what they are. And I set them aside. Okay. Everybody good? Everybody there? I can't wait till I get a bigger table. Cut off my scrap. Dawn's good. So usually I don't work with something. I like getting things in smaller quantities, but when you order it from Fabricville, this is how it comes. Okay. How's everybody making out? Are we ready to move on to the next? No, Coco. Still don't believe how fast this bag is to cut out. We can move on. Everybody good to go? Okay, next we are going to do our bottom panel. So once again, we're going to do it on the fold. So I'm going to fold it up, place it on my fold. I'm just going to hold this in place with my hand and cut it out. Make sure I have enough on both sides. I do. Make sure we're nice and straight. Okay, so again, we have our, according to our pattern piece, we have our contrasting, our lining, and if you're using woven, make sure you back it with a woven interfacing. But again, I do not, so I'm good to go. I clipped them all together with the pattern piece and put them in my bucket. And one more to go for pattern pieces. So once again, I need to cut 2 of these on, actually, yes, 2 of these on a fold. So again, I'm going to create my fold. Do I need a new blade, Kim? Yes, I do. I just replaced that one last weekend, but like after our last class. But of course, I have made 1, 2, 3, 4 bags since then with that one blade, and it's time to do it again, and I always forget to do it. So I will try to remember for next class and try not to make too many bags. Okay, so I got my fold. I'm going to fold this in half again to create a double fold. Again, this is just a shortcut. You can also do this by cutting 1 at a time, but I like to cut 2 at a time because faster is better for me. Save some time. I'm going to take this, put it along the fold. You can see I have a double fold here, so I'm going to be cutting 2 at the same time. Take my pattern weights. Oh my gosh, because I made 4 bags. That's a light week. I have been known to make about 6 in a week. I'm trying to get away from doing that because I was just burning myself out. So, yeah, I still have... I only have 1 more bag to make this week, so that's good. And next week, I only have tutorials to do, which makes me happy. Yeah, I hate changing blades too, because I want to get my money's worth out of it. But man, once I change it, I'm like, why didn't I do this sooner? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut around my pattern piece. Sorry if you're getting my shoulder, I apologize. I have to put on my weight into it because I haven't changed my blade. Could do it now, but we're almost done cutting, so... Ah. All right, so cutting it on that double fold gave us our 2 side pockets. So again, if you've done cotton with this, you would back them with a woven interfacing. I don't need to do that because I'm using waterproof canvas. I put my 2 exteriors and my 2 linings together and clip them together with the pattern piece. Done. Whoop. Dropping stuff. Okay, back to the list. Handles are done, shoulder. I'm just looking at the extras to cut because we've done all of our pattern pieces. Oh, we have our inside pocket. So we want to cut our pocket, cut 2 lining pieces, 9 by 7 inches. So again, look at all this mess I'm making. I'm going to cut them at the same time. So what I'm going to do, once I even this out, I'm going to fold this in half. Oh my gosh, I am not a fan of wax canvas. I will not lie. I'm going to take my big ruler. I'm actually going to cut mine a little bit bigger just because I can. So I'm just going to make sure I have, like my 7 inches is here. I'm probably going to do it to 8 inches and then trim it up later. So I'm going to make sure I have 9 inches across here, and I will I'm on the fold right here. So I will be trimming this up. So I'll show you what I do now. Okay. Shoo, go away. Okay, so I've just done a rough cut here. It's not to the size it needs to be. I'm going to turn this around because I want to be able to trim this fray side and this corner here. We know these other sides are straight, so I'm going to make this 9. And I'm actually doing mine 9 to 8. You can do 9 to 7. So this is going to create 2 because we're going to cut this off and cut this fold here. Oh, I know what I forgot to do that I'll want to do. I'll show you guys to do it. So there's the 2 zipper lining pockets. Now, are we going to want to do a slip pocket on the inside of the lining too? Go outside the pattern? Would you guys like me to show you how to do that? Because we can do that too. It's up to you. Inside slip pocket or no inside slip pocket? Sure? Okay. So we are going to do the typical Brandy lining. So we are going to cut, let me think. How big is this bag? Let's cut a, we will cut a 9 by 12 piece, and then we will figure it out later. Oh, maybe that's too much. 8. So for our lining pocket we're going to do, let's cut an 8 by 12-ish piece for our slip pocket that we are going to add in to this bag. This is optional. You don't have to do it, but let's do it. I'm guessing for size here. Did I just cut that wonky? Yeah, I think that'll be good. 8. We'll probably be trimming this down. We're just going to have a rough cut 8 by 12-ish piece for now. Because I'm thinking when we fold this up as a slip pocket, we'll have 1 slip pocket there. I don't think the bag is going to be big enough to have 2 slip pockets on the inside, but we can have 1 big slip pocket for a cell phone or whatever. So 8 by 12, 8 inches this way, 12 inches down this way. And I have to go and grab my vinyl for the other stuff. I'll just throw this on the floor for now. Goodbye. Okay, be right back. So if we're going to do Brandy pockets, I'm going to do an overlay. I'm going to use my Sew Yours overlay. We do have the overlays that you guys used for the Betty Bowler bag. So you can go ahead and do that as well. And I'm going to go ahead and trace this out. Where'd my pen go? So we'll be doing the slip pocket different too. We're going to do it my way. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and clip. I love this template so much. You have no idea. It makes the perfect zipper overlay. So if you haven't got one, get one from Mormino or from Sew Yours. Definite recommend. Watch your fingers though. So I do these overlays in all of my bags. I almost forgot to do it this time. Every single one, my lining is done exactly the same, regardless of what is in the pattern. Oh, Kim, darn it, that other job, work interfering with your zoning or sewing, how rude, hey? Okay, so there's my zipper overlay for my lining. And then we will want to cut a one and a half inch. Doesn't even have to be that big. I would say about 1.5 inches by 9 inches for a slip pocket vinyl accent for inside, like I do. Did I cut that to 1.5? Yeah, I did. And then I'll draw my 3/4 inch line down the middle to save time later. So more homework will be, I will be edge coating this side and this side, all the raw edges of these. You don't have to do that. I just like to do it. So I'll edge coat along here and all along the outside. So that will be homework for our slip pocket decorative things. Did I cut that long enough? Sure did. All right. Makes sense? Good as gold. And I have exactly enough here for a crossbody strap. How's everybody making out? Oh, Coco. For the inside pocket, I did 8 by 12. Or are you talking the zipper pocket or are you talking the slip pocket? I did my contrast strip 1.5 inches by 9 inches. My zipper pocket lining pieces, I did 9 inches by 8 inches for the zipper, 9 by 8. So yes, 8 by 9. 2 8 by 9. Look at, I'm actually somewhat clean here. Okay. And then all we have left to cut besides foam is our bottom stabilizer. So I am going to use Peltex for mine. Let me grab my Peltex down. My interfacing shelf is pretty messy. So we want this to be, I like it when they're smaller because my ruler works. So I'm just gonna, we want this piece to be for our bottom support. So you can use Decaville Heavy or Peltex, and we want it to be 11 by 4.5. So I am actually going to cut it, let's see. There's my 11 right there by 4.5. I need to get more Peltex. And then I'll just straighten it out. So 11 by 4.5. Perfect. All right. So everybody let me know when you are there. Now, I'm not putting purse feet on this one either. You definitely can if you want to. Uh-oh, did I just... Okay, I froze up for a second there. Scaring me. How's everybody making out? Ah! I'm under attack. Told you my shelf is overflowing here. Okay, Karen's good. My iron warming up. You almost lost me. I almost got death by Peltex bolt. Stuff falls on my head all the time. You should see. I mean, seriously. Here, I'll let you have a view. Like, oh, can I make it go up that way? I can't. Ooh, you can't really see it. But look at, wee! It's a disaster up there. But it works. Trying to find what our whatchamacallit is. Oh, if you're doing this moon part, there is a piece of Peltex. There's a pattern piece for that too. You'll have to cut that if you're doing the moon piece. I didn't cut it because I'm not doing it for this bag, but I will be cutting it with the other bag that I show. So if you're doing the smiley face connector, you'll also have to cut the Peltex piece that goes in there. And there is a pattern piece for that, I believe. I can double check. Oh, interesting. I may be wrong. Give me a second. Maybe you don't need it for a vinyl piece. Never mind. You don't need that piece that I was just talking about for vinyl because it's just raw edge vinyl, I think. Yep. So I would say if you are doing the moon connector, homework would also be, I didn't realize it was a raw edge. I forgot, is you will want to edge coat if you can your raw edges of that. But that's completely up to you. You're glad I'm doing alternate strap connector? I'll be doing both. Yeah. So you don't need interfacing for a vinyl connector. And I told everybody they have to do vinyl connectors, so forget what I just said. Measurement of the zipper overlay. This one here, 9 inches by, I would say that's about 2 5/8 inches. And then the zipper part in the middle is 1/2 inch by 7 inches. So right here, this is 1/2 inch, and then this is 7 inches. So if you have the one from, say, the Rudinasia or the Moonwake, it would be perfect too. You are welcome, Cheryl. I said, I have not made this bag in 3.5 years. I made a ton of them. Funny story. I had to recut my pattern pieces because apparently when I made this once upon a time, I did not know how to check the little 1-inch square or the 2-inch square to see if the pattern printed properly. So I was making all the Annette bags at about 85%. They were super cute, but I thought that was the size of them. It's crazy. But that's okay. Hey, everybody, let me know when you're ready to move on. Why can't I find what our seam allowance is? I'm thinking it's 1/2 inch. Does anybody else see in the pattern what the seam allowance is? Dawn's ready? Maybe it says as we go on. 1/4 inch there. How about when we put the size? 1/2 inch. Okay, we're going to be going back and forth between 1/2 and 1/4. Okay, so main bottom stabilizer. So we have our Peltex. I have my vinyl bottom here. I am going to, from 2 of the sides, I'm going to measure 1/2 inch. Just make 2 lines. Also, while I'm here, I am going to snip my centers because I always forget to do that and then I curse myself later. So folding it in half, I'm just doing a teeny tiny snip where my centers are. Okay, so the reason we did this is we want this to be a 1/2 inch outside of the seam allowances, and if we do that, we can line up this line and have perfect centered placement of this. So I have fusible Peltex, so I'm going to go and I'm going to fuse this with my iron. If you're using Decaville Heavy, it's fusible. If you have sew-in, just use some double-sided tape or glue on the opposite side to place it there. So again, 1/2 inch, we wanted a 1/2 inch outside of each side. So I just drew a 1/2 inch along this long line and a 1/2 inch along here. And that just gives me a guide where to place it for perfect placement. So I'm going to go ahead and fuse that. Be right back. There, and that is done. So this is where you would decide if you wanted to put purse feet in. I am terrible at trying to figure out where to put purse feet. So I would say, let me see. What would I do? Come on, ruler. that's gonna be the seam allowance. I don't know. Maybe 2.5 in and 1.5 up. Even 2 inches in and 1.5 up, maybe somewhere in there. Actually, that looks better. So 2 inches in this way, 1.5 up if you're doing purse feet. And same on the other ones, and then 1 in the middle if you want to do it. But I'm not doing purse feet, so. But that's if you wanted to. That's what I would think I would place them if I was doing them. I don't have much of this left. Okay, I'm gonna go cut me some more foam. I'll be right back. All right, I have foam. How's everybody making out? What are the chances? Oh, no. Don's ready. We are almost done. We're making really good time today. Oops, I'm gonna need more clips. Let me get my clips. Oh my gosh. My sewing studio is a mess. No feng shui in there. How are we all doing? Am I moving too fast or am I going at an okay speed? Karen's ready for me to go. Everybody's quiet today. Okay, so now it's just basting the foam on. I'm actually not going to take these to the sewing machine today, but I will show you how I baste stuff on. So we will just clip them together for now, and then we will sew them for homework. How am I going to make out here? So I'm using my Pretty in Pink sew foam. I am taking my bottom piece and I'm lining it up with one of the straight edges here. And this is how I always cut my foam. Again, if you have a machine that can do a zigzag stitch and you're worried about the thickness of the foam because we're going right to the edges, I actually looked in the pattern and it does pretty much go right to the edges. But they based it on with 1/4 of an inch seam allowance, so I guess that keeps it out a little bit, so you could definitely do that. But yeah, you can zigzag it to compress it. You can use a serger to compress it. Or, again, I will show you next class how I take away some of that bulk, which we did with the Betty Bowler bag. So most of you already know how I do that. So I just use my piece as my template for cutting my foam, and I clip it as I go. I think it saves a step myself, rather than cutting it and then they're not quite right, but this way you know you get it exactly the right size. So for homework, you would go ahead and you would sew these together, baste them together. We won't do that today because I am using the wrong tripod to take it to the machine. And everybody knows how to baste. So that one's ready to go. I'll put it aside. Next pieces. And I'm trying to use some of my scrap foam here. I don't like to waste things at all. we're going to take, oh no, not the side pockets. I don't think. No. Yes, I got to think about it for a minute. I'm second guessing myself. 1 second. I really like it when patterns have a separate cutting list rather than being on the pattern pieces. I really do prefer that. This one is not like that. Main panel foam. Oh no, there is side panel foam. Okay. Second guessed myself for the right reason. Okay, so you're going to take your side pockets. Actually, wait, I think I'm missing a piece. Got our side pockets. I don't think we cut side panels. I think I'm missing a pattern piece. Oh no. We are. I am missing a pattern piece, guys. I am so sorry. We still have to cut our side panels. Let me see if I can find it. I am so sorry. Yeah. So we have 2 more contrasting vinyl pieces to cut. I apologize. I obviously missed it somewhere along the line. And I'm hoping my pattern pieces are in here. Side panel foam. Oh, look at that. No, that's from the old bag. So look for your pattern pieces, look for your side panel pieces. We need to cut 2 of those and 2 linings of those as well. These are all commuter. For some reason, I think mine did not print. Commuter. Darn it. Oh, good. No, Karen, I apparently did not print those panel pieces. So yes, go ahead and cut yours. Making sure I didn't throw mine away by accident. No. So yes, you have your 2 side panel pieces and your 2 side panel lining pieces. I'm just going to see if it got mixed up here. I'm going to have to reprint my panel to do those. I have no idea. Oh, I found it. It's on the floor. Oh my gosh. Is this it? This one. Okay. So back up a little bit. This is that, no, it fell on the floor is what it did. So I got to go get my vinyl again. So yes, I definitely need to order more of this now because I don't have enough to do my customer bag. Okay, so backtracking, side panels. We need to cut 2 of these. Will I fit 2 on here? I don't think so. So I'm going to draw them out. So we need 2 of these and 2 linings. I'm so sorry, guys. These are on the fold. No, it's definitely the satchel bag. I just threw it on the floor. It fell and wasn't in my pile of stuff to cut, and I missed it. Ah, yes. Doing the shape of this, I'm realizing how much fun that top zipper is going to be. You guys are going to love it. I may or may not be being sarcastic. So I am going to have to place another Galaxy custom order this weekend because I need 2 rolls of this color. I just used all my customers' order stuff up, and I have to do that at the end of May. Anna, I need you, I think. Okay. Oh, nice, Dawn. So yeah, sewing the foam is going to be the homework. We may cut some of it today once we get this all caught up. Look at you ahead of the class. I think, Anna, I probably have a whole list of vinyl already to fill another box. Even though I haven't received my last box, it's supposed to be here on Monday. It's in transit. Oh my gosh. But most of my clients are ordering Galaxy custom vinyls for their custom bags, which makes me happy. And I need to order all of the vinyls for my summer tutorials because there's going to be a lot of them. Actually, Anna, I will probably wait until I get my samples of that shimmer because I might want the shimmer. Dawn likes to be the teacher's pet. Okay, so once we have those side panels done, we want to cut 2 lining pieces as well. Beep, beep, bend, bend. Oh, and I threw it on the floor. So once again, I'm going to cut these at the same time on the fold. Oh my gosh, what a mess. Good thing I like green. And then I think we have all the pieces, plus extra for the extra added things we are going to be adding in. Fold this in half. Put it on the fold. Figure out where I put my rotary cutter. And we're going to go ahead and cut this. That's not quite long enough. Hey, Benny. Curse that I didn't change out my blade. Do my best not to cut myself in the process. So it's a fairly quick bag to cut out. Not too many pieces, especially when you drop them on the floor and try to make them even less pieces. Okay. Benny, what are you doing, baby? Let me pull out all the pieces we will be attaching to foam. I think that's it. Okay. How are we all making out? I think I'm caught up now. Okay, so the foam we want to baste on the bottom, which we have done already. The 2 side pieces, which I have just found, and our 2 main exterior panel pieces. And then you can set all the lining pieces aside. So again, you can also use deckable light if you prefer that over foam. Just make sure you keep it out of the seam allowances. All right. Trying to see where I can use some of my scrap foam up. Can I use this one? Sure can. And again, I just place it on my foam and I cut and clip all at the same time. Where'd my clips go? There they are. I swear this foam is the best foam in the whole wide world. It is my favorite. And I used to sell foam and I stopped selling foam when Anna started selling this foam because it's just amazing and it's pink. I go through a lot of foam because I use foam in pretty much all of my bags. It's my chosen main stabilizer. My scissors in there. How's everybody making out? Did everybody else find their pattern piece on the floor like me? That would make me feel better if you did. So what you could do, because our seam allowance is a 1/2 inch, is you can actually baste these on with 1/4 of an inch, and then you can trim the foam right up to that stitching line, if that makes sense. So like a scant 1/4 of an inch, and that would definitely remove a lot of the bulk. I actually think I'm going to do that when I baste these on. I'm going to baste them with 1/4 of an inch seam allowance, and then next class I will show you how to cut that foam away, and it'll just take that bulk out of the seam, which will be really, really good. So I think we'll do it that way. I didn't used to do it that way, but I think we will. I think it'll just be really good. It'll be really good. Okay. Go away. If that makes sense. So when you baste these on for homework, baste them on with 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. Does that make sense what I just said? Does everybody understand? You okay, Ben Ben? He's making weird sounds behind me. Okay, totally works. Perfect. Said, if you're on an industrial, you don't really need to worry about it, but we will do it just to show. I mean, a little less bulk is always good, no matter what. We'll give it a go. Okay, that's that side panel done. So we got the bottom, 2 side panels, and now the 2 main panels. Ooh, this is going to be so pretty. So excited when I was gifted this vinyl. So excited. I'm not really a Dungeons and Dragon type girl. My husband and kids have played it, but I just think that Lauren's design here is beautiful. With the kind of gunmetal grays and then the pops of bright color. It's beautiful. So again, don't be putting the foam on if you've used cotton. You want to make sure you have used woven interfacing to your cotton pieces before you put the foam on. So it would go woven and then foam. Is that one done? One more. Hi, Coco. Get under there. Ta-da! I'm so excited to make this one. There we go. So again, foam we have on 2 main panels, 2 side panels, and the bottom panel. Really not that many pieces. I'll flip you up. Hi. Look at the disaster I created back here. Okay, so yeah, look at that. We got 7 minutes to spare. We made really good time today, and we did almost all of the prep. So homework, if you're using woven interfacing or woven like cotton fabrics for your main panels or any part of the bag, make sure you back it with your woven interfacing, SF101, EB Fuse Light, Woven Fuse, whatever you use. Yes, Cheryl, the bottom gets foam as well as Peltex. The Peltex is underneath in between the foam and the exterior. So it's in there. There it is right there. And it just gives it extra stability. So you want both. Except for the Peltex is cut a 1/2 inch out of the seam allowances where the foam is not. Okay. So yes, you're going to base these on with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Actually, I'm trying to think. Yeah, that should be fine. So 1/4 inch seam allowance. And then I actually want to double check something. Just want to see what we're sewing that on with. Sorry, guys. Yeah, that should be fine. So yeah, baste the foam on with 1/4 inch seam allowance. If you're on an industrial or on a domestic machine, you definitely, if you have a zigzag, you want to do it along the tops of these and the tops of this, of the main panels, just to help compress it. Yeah. The bottom pattern piece doesn't say foam. Did it have, I didn't even look at it. Did it have a a separate foam piece? I'm putting foam all the way around. That may be a Brandy edition. What was the bottom stabilizer piece say? Open interfacing bottom. Where is the bottom piece? Yeah, I always put foam on all the exterior pieces. Anna says she does as well. I may have just done it automatically. I'm trying to find my stabilizer piece to see what it says to do. It doesn't say it. So if you want to leave it off, you can, but it will give it a little extra stability and will make it so it has a consistent texture all the way around. So I would definitely do the foam. One thing I would say when you're doing the, I'm second guessing things. So do the foam, basting it on at 1/4 inch seam allowance, but at the top of the bags, make it, maybe baste it at 1/8 inch, just because we are going to be sewing the zipper on here and it's going to be like only like 3/8 inch, and 1/4 inch and 3/8 inch are really close. And I'd hate for those basting stitches to show through your vinyl. So I would do, except for on the tops of all the panels, do 1/4 inch to baste them all the way around, but along the tops of them, just do the regular 1/8 inch. Same with on these side panels. So do 1/4 inch baste all the way around, but on the tops, just do 1/8 inch. And that way we'll make sure that those basting stitches, if our zipper doesn't get a really accurate 3/8 inch, that it's not going to show through. Does that make sense? Or if you're on an industrial machine, just go ahead and do 1/8 inch all the way around. Does that make sense? In the pattern, it looks like they based the tops of these on with a zigzag stitch to compress it rather than cutting the foam out of it. So yeah. All good? All makes sense? So yeah, it's just basting the foam onto these pieces. Basting. Okay, got it? Perfect. Again, if it at all is at all confusing, feel free to message me, no problem. So yeah, baste the foam on. If you're using cotton pieces, is your main panel vinyl. In this bag, my main panel is vinyl. In the other bag I'm making, it is going to be cotton. Kathy says, Anna, thank you for all the fun vinyl from Galaxy Customs. I love every single thing. This one isn't Galaxy Customs. This is Mormino that I got for a birthday present. So I'm super happy to use it. But yeah, so baste your foam on. If you're using cotton pieces, before you baste your foam on, make sure you back it with medium woven interfacing. So get those all prepped. Your lining pieces, if you're using cotton, not waterproof canvas like me, you want to make sure they are all backed with medium woven interfacing. Do your crossbody strap and do your 2 handles. And then that's it for homework. Well, it shouldn't take too long. Anna says, you are welcome, Kathy. Happy to share all the lovely vinyl with you all. Kathy says, thanks for a fun start. So was that class good? Was it a good speed? This bag is a lot less intense than the last one, that's for sure. It'll be a lot easier. The only part that I think is going to be a little bit challenging is that zipper, but I'll walk you through it. It'll be okay. We'll get through it. I hate top zippers. I really, really do. But we will do it. All right, so I have homework because I got to cut the whole other bag and prep the next, smiley face one for everybody. So, oh, that's another thing. If you're edge coding, do your edge coding homework as well. Yay, I'm glad everybody enjoyed this class. Again, we got 1 minute to spare. We did really, really well this time. So it's making great time. So next class, we will be doing the exterior of the bag and getting it all together. Depending how things go, that may fall into the next class. The lining is going to go together so incredibly fast. So that's okay if that does that. So yeah, next class, the exterior, and we will be doing the 2 different kinds of connectors, which may take a little bit more time. Some of you will be able to sit back and have coffee, and we will go from there. All right, everybody good? Kathy, edge coat. Yes. I need to get edge coating. Edge coating is fun. I find it so peaceful and relaxing and meditative. I love edge coating. I really do. But it was really messy to begin with. Case speed was great. Good feedback. Awesome. So yeah, if you have any questions, be sure to shoot me a message. Oh, on the Facebook group, I think all of you are in there. I do have a subgroup set up now that's called the Annette Bag, and that's for the we can go into that subgroup. If you have any questions, we can help each other along. We can share our progress and everything in between classes. So if you haven't joined the Bag Makers group yet, make sure you do. I think everybody's in there though. And then, yeah, if you haven't gone into the subgroup, that's where you can put your Annette stuff. So then we're not spamming all of this stuff to everybody else that isn't part of the class. So then it's like our own little subgroup talk for that class. All right. Okay, I gotta go make supper. My husband should be home anytime, hopefully, unless he's late again. And yeah, I will catch you guys next week. Bye.